far, but they come far, give me a maratunda, got me so confused,
Lacking, so bear with me, but it's going to be fun, and feel free to plan your year with me. Alright, so here I have the 2020 Artist of Life workbook. So let's flip to the first section, Goodbye 2019. So 2019 was the year that I healed. I was contemplating whether I should write more, but I liked just leaving it as that. This was the year I gave back to myself and gave myself the time and space to reflect and work on healing my childhood stories, self-worth issues, and more. So what I usually do is go through my Day One app on my phone, which is my digital diary where I post every single day, and I just scroll through my posts to choose any highlights from my year. The first highlights of 2019 that came to mind are my travels this year. I went to Australia, Mexico, Indonesia, China, and also Seattle, Atlanta, and Dallas. I launched the Create Your Dream Life course this year, as well as the pastel notebooks and the 2020 Artist of Life workbook in 2 colors for the first time. I worked with a lot of great brands this year, and I also presented at the Streamies recently, where I met Jay Shetty and found out he's a fan. That was so cool. I got better at cooking this year, and a Coachella with Blackpink and NSYNC was also a huge highlight. I took some dance classes with my mom, spent some time with my dad in Shanghai. I also tried new healing activities like breathwork and ecstatic dance in Bali and LA, which I really loved. I brought together our Labby Love community on Vibely, which started the first Labby Love meetups all over the world. We had meetups in New York, London, Manila, and more popping up everywhere, and that to me is just insane. Overall, though, it was a slower year, which at first made me feel frustrated and impatient. But in the end, I realized it was a blessing because it allowed me the time and space to reflect, reassess, learn, and grow. Most importantly, I made major breakthroughs in my self-worth and mindset that I'm really proud of myself for. Moving on to my theme for 2020, I decided my theme this year would be expansion. I want to expand to reach my fullest potential personally and with Lavender. The question here is, what can I do to embody my theme in 2020? And I wrote, courage over comfort. Show up. Step up as a leader. Build and lead a strong team. Use feedback and learnings to keep improving. Take classes and be humble and open-minded to learn. The next question is, how do I want to feel in 2020? And I wrote, empowered, strong, bold, light and free, loving and loved, creatively inspired, and joy and gratitude for the rare opportunity of life and how valuable this experience is. Next, what do I want to invite into my life in 2020? For me, I want to invite the courage to step up to my fullest potential, to challenge myself, to do the right and hard thing instead of what's easy. Also, deeper connections and relationships with people in my life, a healthy and bright mindset, and healthy habits to get 1% better each day. By the way, I'm reading Atomic Habits right now, so this one's about the power of compounding small actions over time. Lastly, what will I let go of in 2020? I wrote, playing small, anxiety, fear of uncertainty, control, overthinking, getting too stuck in the mind, and social media distraction. Next, I'll share my 2020 goals. I first wrote, put my health, wellness, and peace first, because I often get busy and put my well-being secondary. Then I wrote, plant-based healthy eating and exercise, and daily meditation. I also want to implement a better workflow, build an A+ team around Lavender, redesign my website, launch new jewelry, and write my book. Lastly, I intend to dedicate more time this year on strengthening my relationships with family and friends. My goals this year could be grouped into 3 main categories: wellness, career growth and leadership, and meaningful relationships. I also decided to add a cute little sticker face with this reminder, gratitude and joy each day. Now for the fun part, the current me versus future me exercise. So I do this every single year, but I'm always nervous to draw myself. I feel like I always mess up the face, but whatever. So my current self is incredibly grateful for my life and my growth thus far. This year was spent on healing, self-reflection, self-worth work, learning about my past, and rewiring my mindset. I always include an update on Lavender so I can compare how I feel about my brand now versus how I want it to evolve in the future. I still feel like there's so much to learn and relearn, and my mind still feels pretty cluttered with all the things I have to do or want to do. This year, I've learned to accept the seasons of life and not feel inclined to rush or push so much. Trust in the universe and at the pace that my life is moving. Everything is going as it should. I'm grateful to be financially stable with some money in investments, but I still get anxious about whether I can financially support my dream team. I have a lot of questions. There's so much I don't know that I have to learn. So many unknowns around how I can get better at what I do. So now let's move on to my future me drawing. Again, I get most nervous about messing this drawing up. I always imagine my ideal self in something chic and fashionable, so I always take to Instagram for outfit inspirations. My future self is sparkling with joy, light, and love. My mind is clear and at peace. I'm focused and in flow with creativity and work. I finished writing my book and I'm so proud. With Lavender, we have an engaged community of people who are changing their lives for the better. The brand is growing and the shop is expanding. I love my A+ super talented and motivated team. We're all working to create positive, lasting impact in the world. My future self is completely trusting in the universe, of course. She has an efficient system of getting things done, and she's able to do less by prioritizing and delegating. I have amazing relationships and fulfillment with the people in my life. I am healthy and fit, eating plant-based, doing yoga, and dancing. And my mindset sounds like, I have enough time. I can take my time, so there's no rush. And finally, I have complete self-love and self-worth. So the purpose of this whole exercise is to be able to visualize where you are right now versus where you want to be. And by seeing that, you can start to bridge the gap between the two and figure out what steps you got to take in order to become your future self. Alright, I hope you like this video and I hope you want to do some of these questions and exercises to plan your new year. If you do, make sure to tag me in your post or anything so I can see it. And if you're interested, the link to get this Artist of Life workbook is down below. And if you want tips on setting goals for the year, I have another video you should watch on how to set goals for the new year. So click that up here and I'll link that down below. And until the next video, love you so much. Bye.